How to make a stitch module. Let's go to our basic view, module in the taskbar, new, module. We can name our module. In this case, the module we're going to create is a more balanced double jersey construction. We are going to veer away from our all needle rib and create something that might knit a little more cleanly if we're doing a more complex shape. So we're going to call this double DJ for double jersey, alt for alternating. And we're going to do this with 2 wales, so 2 in the horizontal direction, and 4 courses, 4 in the vertical direction. And in our needle actions, we're going to select no needle action, and then OK. It'll bring up a box of properties and options. We're going to do just start simple, so we're just going to left click on OK. And here is our empty canvas for programming our module. So you can select any of these stitch modules to fill your module with. We're going to start with this all needle 1 by 1. And we're going to use red so everyone can see. Now, if I use this color throughout the whole thing, that's going to make the module in one color, or rather one system. So we're just going to use one system module. So I've alternated this double jersey. It's knitting on the first wale and the second, first and second. Now I'm going to take a rear stitch. I'm going to put it right next to that double jersey one. Then I'm going to take a front one. I'm going to put it right there. I'm also going to put it right there. So you see where this first stitch right to the right of in the first course of the second wale, I've placed a rear stitch. In the third course of the second wale, I've placed a front stitch. These balance each other out. So I'm going to take that rear stitch and I'm going to knit it on the first wale of the fourth course, because on the first wale of the second course I knit a front stitch. I balanced it by knitting a rear stitch. So you can see we are knitting on all needles, just not at the same time. So if I were to right click and show needle assignment, you can see that all of the needles are in action. The only one that doesn't have a circle on it is this one, but it would if we were repeating this. So this is our completed module. And we will X out, and then it will give us the option to save to the database. We will say yes. If we wanted to see it, we would go to Module, Module Explorer of Database, which you can also get to by clicking F3. Click on New Modules, and here we will find the module that we just created. Now, if you'd like to make this more easily accessible, go to your basic view, go to View, Toolbars, Modules, open, expand your module box. You can click on the second option. These are all the modules we'll be using in Swatch A. Go to Module Explorer of Database, New Modules, and just drag and drop the module that you've just made in there. Now we have this easily accessible. We can select it. We can select our Magic Wand selection tool and click in the double jersey section of our pattern, and now we have this beautiful double jersey construction, which should knit a little more cleanly on the machine. It's well balanced. Now we also want to repeat it, so let's look in our carriage directions and our cycles. Right, select our repeat, which is 4 courses. Right click and put the how many times you'd like it to repeat in the default box and click apply. Great. Now if we'd like to see what this would look like, we can go to our control view, go to pattern, control view. Will appear behind it. View, fabric view. Hold on. We need to dissolve drop stitches. Okay, if that ever happens to you where you see just lines when you're supposed to see your fabric view, just right click and unclick dissolve drop stitches. So you can see we've got quite a colorful, let's view it from the back, a colorful pattern. Here's our single jersey. Oh, here's our alternating float. We can see that happening right here. And then here's our alternating tuck. And here's our very nice double jersey. Now, if we want to knit that double jersey construction in 4 systems, well, we'll have to add some courses. So select your repeat, go to hit insert, and now we've got more to work with. So we want to expand the selection. To expand the cycle, you must select at least some of the rows in what your original cycle already has. 1, 2, 3. Right click, drag your mouse, enlarge cycle. Now the reason we've done this is because we want to knit this construction in 4 systems. So we're going to select our 4 colors. We're going to select our color module box over here in our selector box, and we want to deselect the construction. So control copy, and now all I have are the colors. So I'm going to go to the magic wand, going to left click, and there we have. It's filled our double jersey pattern with all of this. Now I need to change these stitch directions, obviously. So I will copy and paste my 4 system carriage directions. I don't want them there, so I can right click and go to undetermined, and well, right here, that's okay. Okay, great. And I know that this elastic is coming from the left, so I know that the carriage will have to make an empty row from between this one and this one. It'll bring these to the right, and then it'll have an empty row going back to the left, so it can get that elastic. So I'm ready to process my pattern. Because I've made a lot of changes, I have to go back to basic view, and I need to check my yarn feeder allocation. So due to my changes, the elastic has become detached from this elastic right there. So I'm going to hover over this elastic. I'm going to F5, F6, then I'm going to go up to this one. This is also elastic, but I know that my elastic feeder is sitting right here on the left on rail 2. So I've combined both those elastic feeders. I want to save those changes. Must have the same type, that's fine. Now this one, yes, great, great. Okay, wonderful. Okay, we did change our pattern width.